My name is Antoine Sallis, also known as the Credit Genius. When Carlos and Master P put this together, I jumped at the opportunity because for the last 10 years, I've been going out of my way to teach clients and people the power and the importance of credit. You know, I got a philosophy I call the Great American Credit Secret. This philosophy is why our parents didn't really know a lot about credit. They don't teach credit in schools. And so I'm just so honored, to be a part of this movement, you know.
I want to know why you name yourself uh, the credit genius, because I know that it didn't just start off like that, that you had to go through something before you figured it out. And I think that I want to be able to give that back to the listeners that are watching us and seeing this. So what does this come from with you?
That's a great question. That's a great question. You actually taught a philosophy. You one of my role models. You taught a philosophy a long time ago, and you say you always got to speak it into existence. Words have power. So I began implementing that in my life years ago, watching you and some other people I look up to, and I stopped talking negative. And Natalie kind of touched on this a little bit, but there's a spiritual element that's also involved in this. Like Boss, time in prison. I've done time, in jail. I've been homeless before, not because I was raised in a poor neighborhood, but because of the choices I made led me to that lifestyle, you know. So I began trying to think of different thoughts and philosophies. How can I get up out of this rut? Being the fresh new dad, I had a newborn son. Something got to change. I know there's a lot more that I'm meant for in his life, you know. And so how the name Credit Genius came along, I started getting good at credit, and I started fixing people's credit. And so I said, maybe I could find a name to kind of fit with what I'm doing. I was passionate about it. So I came up with the Credit Magician, and I started using the Credit Magician. It dawned on me. I said, hang on a second. Magic is associated with trickery and with illusions. And I don't want to be associated with trickery or illusion, because what I'm doing is real. So then I started thinking, as much information as I learn, as smart as I am with credit, I continue to learn. I continue to learn from various individuals. And that's where the genius part comes in it, because my information that I give my followers and my clients is comprised of information that comes from other influential people, such as some of the people in this room. So I learned a lot of information from other gurus, and I incorporated that and gave that to all of my followers. I mentioned on a TED Talk how my journey started. I finally picked myself up, off the street, and I landed a job at T-Mobile. So I went to T-Mobile, and I was proud because I had me a little job and I needed a car. And remember, I said I had a newborn son. So having a newborn son, I wanted a way to get my son around town. I had a little female I was dating. I wanted to be able to pick her up, but I wanted to maintain and keep my job because this was changing the way that I was living. So I saw a sign at a car dealership. Those signs that say, hey, your job is your credit. So I was like, oh man, the light went off. I said, okay, I know I don't got good credit, but I got a job. So I walked into the dealership to the car, and it wasn't even an expensive car. I just needed something. The guy in the dealership, after they ran my credit, he laughed at me. Not like a little joke or a snicker. He literally was sitting there laughing at me. And it was the most demeaning feeling ever. I was mad. I wanted to take flight on the dude. I wanted to sue the company. There's a lot of stuff I wanted to do. And then it dawned on me. I said, you know what? Why don't I just go focus on this problem? Let me get my credit right. So I started studying credit. And I got tunnel vision. I couldn't think of nothing else but credit. So I'm calling people, and I'm trying to watch YouTube videos and study and read the books. Finally, I learned how to boost credit real fast. But magic happened when I started boosting people's credit, and I went to go apply for something and still got turned down with a high credit score. What? Wow. I started saying, what is this? Why do I got a 780 Why do my associates got a 780 and we applying for stuff and we still getting turned down? That's when the magic started, because I started studying what the bank's algorithms are to qualify for those things that I wanted in life. And that's when I started teaching that to my people. I wanted my people to get what I had got and to earn what I had earned. So let me tell you what's happened now to this day. Now, I do own a car. I own 9 cars, including a Lamborghini. And my Lamborghini, I use that to leverage my credit, because I rent my exotic cars out for a very high amount of money. So my note is paid for like 10 times over per month. These are the secrets that they don't teach us that I'm teaching my clients. That's why I'm passionate about this. It's completely changed my life and my perspective. Credit is bigger than what a lot of people realize. So many people get, and I think Carlos mentioned this earlier, they get a real good credit score. Boz mentioned this too. You get a real good credit score and then they stuck. They don't even know what to do. They just sit on it for years and years and years. And I've seen people's dogs die because they can't afford veterinary bills. I've seen people overly obese and can't afford cosmetic surgery. Credit pays for all of these things. You could have saved your dog's life with credit, with your 800 credit score that you're sitting on. So that's why I'm real passionate about it, man. And I'm just happy to be in a room of like-minded individuals to help the people.